be looking at the first tense, simple present tense. Already I have given you the introduction to the tenses in the previous video, and if you are new to our channel, please do subscribe our channel and enjoy watching all the videos. Okay, look at the title, simple present tense. Okay, tenses is the most important topic that I have already told you. See, there are questions on tenses in school examinations, college examinations, in entrance examinations, even in competitive exams also. There are multiple ways of asking questions on tenses. That is why this is very essential topic or important topic that you should learn it thoroughly. And the second advantage is, when you are good at understanding the tenses right from the beginning to the end, I mean all the 12 tenses, if you learn all the 12 tenses, then you will be able to speak English grammatically accurate sentences. So your language will be perfect, your communication will be impressive. That is why I request all our students and viewers to pay attention, special attention to our videos, so that you will be learning perfect language, perfect tenses. Okay, look at the title, simple present tense. Okay, the tense, simple present tense form of the verb is subject plus V1 plus object. So, what is the form of the verb of simple present tense? V1, or the first form of the verb, or the root verb. Remember, my dear students, while learning tenses, you need to focus on three things. Number one, form of your verb. Form of your verb means structure of your verb. And the second one, time of action. After learning the form of the verb, and then you learn the usages. The usages where the tense is used, where this particular tense is used, in what context this tense is used, and you learn the second one. And the third one is, remember the time indicators. What are the time indicators or expressions or the time adverbs that are used in each and every tense? If you remember these three, you can answer the questions in examination. At the same time, you will be able to speak grammatically accurate sentences as and when it is necessary and it is needed. So focus on these three things, and in all tenses I will try to give these three things and you try to observe those. So the first thing is form of the verb. What is the form of the verb? Subject plus V1 plus object. Remember, my dear students, subject plus verb plus object, these three things are not essential. Subject is not necessary, object is not necessary, but V1 is necessary. Without subject and object, only with the help of the V1, we can say it is a structure of simple present tense. Of course, this is observed very keenly in spoken English. For example, I subject plus V1 plus object. I speak English or you speak English. Okay, full structure. When you say without subject, the sentence will be speak English. Okay, when you say without object, you speak. So when you say without subject and object, speak. So this kind of usage is possible and it is needed in spoken language. But remember, whether it is a spoken language or written language, the form of the verb is the most important thing for the identity of any tense. Okay, this is the structure. Okay, form of the verb is finished. And the second one is time of action. Time of action means usage. When do we use the simple present tense? What are the most important occasions or the context where the simple present tense is used? Okay, the first one is habitual actions or daily actions or regular actions or actions that happen frequently. Remember, habitual actions. Habitual actions means when we do some actions time and again, frequently, it becomes our habit. And next one, daily actions. Some people do some actions almost every day, so they are called daily actions. And regular actions are actions that happen frequently. So whatever the kind of occurrence, So let it be daily action or regular action or frequent actions or habitual actions, that should be used in simple present tense. Okay, to identify that whether it is a daily action or frequent action or habitual action, we have a list of words. These are the time indicators or time expressions or adverbs of time with which when a sentence is used, undoubtedly it is a habitual action or daily action. Say for example, I read English newspaper daily. When I say this sentence, it is my habit, it is my habit or it is my regular action. If I say the old man goes for a walk every morning, that is his habit. Let it be habit or regular action. When somebody does an action regularly, it might become a habit. When some people do some actions at a specific point of time, it may be the regular action or daily action or habitual action. No matter what it is, but you remember, whenever we talk about habitual actions or daily actions or regular actions or actions that happen frequently, use simple present tense. For example, I go to college every day. In this sentence, we can identify the word time indicator every day. With this word, we can say this is a daily action. And next one, she reads newspaper daily. So we identify the words time indicators or time expressions to say that this is a regular action. Okay, second usage, universal truths or general truths. Okay, while using simple present tense, there are some rules. The rules must be followed and observed. Let us not violate those rules because they are fixed. So whenever we talk about such actions, that must be in simple present tense. The second one is universal truths or general truths. What is universal truth? You know the truth. Okay, universal truth means it is a truth which is accepted and approved by all the people in the world. That is a universal truth. And another one, general truth. This is a common truth known to everyone, irrespective of their educational background or experience or proficiency and all. So whenever we talk about general truths or universal truths, simple present tense is used. For example, the sun rises in the east. So this is a universal truth. Everybody knows, everybody approves this fact. Perhaps there is nobody who denies this statement. Next one, the flower smells sweet. This is also a general truth. So while talking about universal truths and general truths, simple present tense is used. And the third usage, proverbs, maxims and quotations. You see the proverbs, maxims and quotations in any language. Almost in all languages, these are in simple present tense. For example, practice makes man perfect. So this statement, this quotation is in simple present tense. Flattery is the food of fools. This is also in simple present tense. Look at these examples. All that glitters is not gold. This is also in simple present tense. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. This is also simple present tense. Fourth one, permanent situation or unchanging situations. Whenever we talk about permanent situations, a situation which will never change, which will never be altered. So while talking about permanent situations or unchanging situations, simple present tense is used. For example, my brother lives in America. Okay, I am talking about my brother. My brother lives in America. This is a permanent situation. It cannot be changed. And next one, she works in a bank. She is an employee. She works in a bank. This is a permanent situation. Okay, of course she may be transferred from one place to another place, but her situation, her position is unchanged, and that is permanent until she gets a retirement. So while talking about permanent situations and unchanging situations, simple present tense is used. Okay, in simple present tense, the most important rule to be remembered forever while writing or in speaking, see, this is the rule. Okay, we have three subjects in English: first person, second person, third person. Okay, whenever we talk about third person singulars, okay, when the subjects are third person singulars, then the verb takes s or es or ies. This is the most important rule in simple present tense. Whenever the third person singulars are used as the subject of a sentence in simple present tense, the verb takes s or es or is. Okay, some verbs take only s, like sing, sings, and some verbs take es, for example go, goes. Some verbs take ies, for example cries, flies. So this is important rule to be followed while speaking and writing. Okay, whatever the usage it is, look at this. In the first one here, reads I have written. Why? Because the subject is in third person singular. Even in the second rule also, the sun rises, I have written rises. Instead of rise, I have written rises, because the subject is in third person singular. And the flower smells, this is also third person singular, the flower singular, so we have added yes. Even in this third rule also, all that glitters, here the subject is singular. Okay, my brother lives, here the subject is third person singular, so verb takes yes. Here also she works, because the subject is third person singular, the verb takes yes. Remember, the third person singulars, he, she, it. Whenever he, she, it are used as the subject of a sentence, then the verb takes either yes or es or ies. Fifth one, planned actions or scheduled actions. Simple present tense is used to express planned actions or scheduled actions. You see, in case of celebrities or important people like chief minister, prime minister, president of a specific country, about their actions, about their activities, there is a fixed schedule and planning. So whenever we talk about planned actions or scheduled actions or near future actions, then simple present tense is used. For example, the chief minister arrives at 11 a.m. This is a fixed, this is a scheduled action, this is a near future action. Second example, the flight leaves at 4 a.m. So the timings of the flights, their arrival and their departure timings are fixed timings. Accordingly, the actions go on. So this is also second example for the same usage, planned actions and scheduled actions. Because simple present tense is also used to give some announcements. Sometimes it is announced, sometimes the announcement is displayed on the signboard or on the notice board. Okay, we see these kind of announcements at some places like a library, a bank, or a college, and some public offices. The school reopens on 12th June. For example, summer vacation is given. Okay, next the reopening date. So in the notice board it is displayed. Okay, it is an announcement. So it is the school reopens on 12th June. Next example, the bank opens at 10 a.m. Okay, the customers may not know at what time the bank opens, at what time the bank closes. So in order to give a message to the customers, and it may be an announcement or it may be a notice, and that should be conveyed to the public or the customers. So such notices and announcements are used in simple present tense. Okay, next usage. In exclamatory sentences beginning with here and there, sometimes we find sentences that begin with here and there, and it is a small sentence at the end of which we find exclamatory mark. So, there stops the bus. Here comes Raju. So, in an exclamatory way, when somebody speaks looking at something, so using the word here or there, simple present tense is also used. And one more usage, simple present tense is used with stative verbs to express a state. There are some verbs which are not used in continuous tense. Even though you want to use it, but it cannot be used in continuous tenses. Okay, such verbs, stative verbs, we have some stative verbs, causative verbs, dynamic verbs, about all these verbs I will make a separate video. But remember, there are some verbs which expresses the state. Okay, example, I want ice cream. You cannot say I am wanting ice cream. So this is not an activity, this is a stative verb. And next, I like sweets. You cannot say I am liking sweets. So want and like are stative verbs. So whenever you want to use these stative verbs, they should be used in simple present tense. Okay, in that way, there are some other models where simple present tense is used. Already I have explained in conditional sentences. In conditional sentences, the first type, probable conditional sentence. In probable conditional sentence, in if clause also simple present tense is used. Okay, remember, these are the important usages where the simple present tense is used. Okay, in simple present tense, the first point, important point is adding s or es or ies to the verb whenever the subject is in third person singular, that is he, she, it. Okay, and the next one is, these sentences can be changed from positive into negative, negative into interrogative, interrogative into negative interrogative. Whatever the kind of sentence, we have four kinds of sentences. Let it be affirmative sentence or interrogative sentence or negative sentence or negative interrogative sentence. But all these are simple present tense. But how to change, how to form positive sentence into negative? Okay, we know positive sentence, you speak English, she speaks English, that's what we have learned. And how to write negative sentences? In negative sentence, just by adding don't before the main verb. You cannot say you speak not English, but you should say you don't speak English. The reason is, in this tense there is no helping verb. Whenever there is no helping verb, we introduce do forms. Do, does, did. Do, does are introduced in simple present tense. Did is introduced in simple past tense. So, don't, you don't speak English. She doesn't speak English, because this is the subject third person singular, we have to use does. She doesn't speak English. These are the negative sentences. If you want to change these negative sentences into interrogative, okay, how to write interrogative sentences? Okay, these do forms are placed before the subject. Do, does are placed before the subject. Then it becomes interrogative sentence. Do you speak English? Does she speak English? You can write any person, but remember, when the subject is third person singular, use does. Other than the third person singulars, do is used to form interrogative sentences. Next, negative interrogative sentence is formed with don't and doesn't. Don't is used with all subjects except third person singulars. For third person singulars, doesn't is used. So example will be like this. Don't you speak English? Doesn't she speak English? This is how we can write affirmative sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences, and negative interrogative sentences. Those who are interested in speaking the sentences, they need to learn the four kinds of sentences. These are all the usages that where simple present tense is used. Please subscribe our channel English Victor. Thank you.